Welcome to So News Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark.
Woo. Yes, sir.
So this just came across Twitter. Robert Quinn, the Bears pass rusher, was asked if he had any advice to his teammates on speaking to the media. And he said, they say a man has two things, his word and his nuts. And you don't want to lose either. That's new.
That's facts.
All right, Ben Lathan, Ringer.com, Oscar winner. He's won an Oscar since the last time he was here. That's new.
It's an interesting development there, my friend. Things happen to people.
Where is your Oscar?
It's in the other room. It's like in the other room where people can see it when they walk in. Sometimes people see it and they walk in and they're like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker."
Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in football. Now, the first time you ever on this podcast, you were not even a Ringer employee at this point. I joke. This was the middle of LSU's 2019 season. The Bengals were trending downwards. I said, are you worried if he gets drafted by the Bengals? And you said,
the Bengals get Burrow. They're in the Super Bowl within 6 years. Put that on tape.
Trajectory looks good, Van Lathan.
So here's the thing about Joe Burrow. We always see quarterbacks in college who, for whatever reason, don't pan out in the pros. Really good quarterbacks. Joe Burrow wasn't just good. And I know that I'm an LSU fan and that I'm a homer. He was perfect. He had amazing weapons, right? When you talk about Thaddeus Moss, Jordan Jefferson, and obviously Jamar Chase. Think about having Jordan Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Terrence Marshall on the same field. I get it. But look at the plays that he made that a lesser quarterback wouldn't have been able to make. Look at the play that he made against Georgia. Look at the 3rd and 17 against Texas. Look at what he could do using his athleticism, his feel for the game, his accuracy, and the fact that he can make all the throws at the same time. Look at how he is able to meld those together to be like a perfect QB. And a lot of guys, for whatever reason, they can't put it all together. And I just didn't see any way he wouldn't be an elite quarterback. And I think he's on his way to being that.
He's kind of a badass, too.
Yeah, the attitude, baby, the swagger.
Did you see the photos of him celebrating the division title with black players versus white players?
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. That's the way you do it. Look, just think about a quarterback. A quarterback has to know what his guys need. You know, you got a little bit of a diva wide receiver, feed him a little bit. Your running back, he's not feeling it. You know what? Check out of a short pass and hand him the ball. And Joe Burrow knows what these guys need. He knows that you can't get the gat with those other two white guys. You can't do that. They don't know what that is. You get the gat with Jamar Chase. You gritty with Jamar Chase. And you do some wholesome 100-year-old, hey guys, Club Med type shit with those other guys. He knows. He's intuitive. What makes him a great quarterback.
All right, I want to talk about the Saints here. What do you do, bro?
First of all, isn't it wild that the Saints have a very real chance of making the playoffs? The Saints have
7th seed. The 7th seed is a problem. We got to get rid of the 7th seed.
So the Saints have you bristled a little bit. That was a little bit of a bristle. When I say the Saints have a real chance of making the playoffs, the Rams have something to play for this Sunday. If the Niners lose and we win at Atlanta, a game that we have a real shot to win, we're in the playoffs. I would argue right now, if the Saints make the playoffs, this is Sean Payton's best coaching job, and it's not even close. As far as what do you do? It's tough, man. I think that you could field a really competitive team next year by not doing very much, bringing back some of the guys that you have. Hopefully you get Michael Thomas back and hoping that Jameis can grow. But, if you have quarterbacks out there that people really like, if Russell Wilson's available, in some world Aaron Rodgers is available, really, to be honest with you, if Huntley from over there in Baltimore is available, you're going to see a lot of people who didn't quite see enough from Jameis this year to believe that he's the answer. But I don't think he'll end up with the Saints. I think the Saints are probably going to roll back with Jameis Winston next season.
All right. The reason that we're here the reason I texted you is we were arguing about college football over the weekend and arguing about the playoff. I don't know how you solve this. There's a massive gulf between the ability to make the playoff and win the playoff. And that's why I don't think adding Pitt and Utah was going to help this particular playoff. There's no easy way to solve this. What's yours?
There's no easy way to solve it because it's based on the relevancy, the relevance of a couple of programs. There are a couple of traditional powerhouse programs that have been down for the last couple of years, and those ripple effects are being felt to me all throughout college football.
Yes. This entire problem is at the feet of Texas screwing it up, USC screwing it up, Florida screwing it up, Miami screwing it up,
Florida State as well. Every
Florida
team that you just named, SC, Texas, Florida State, Florida, Miami. If those programs are all down at the same time, college football is going to be insanely top heavy. Regionally, Georgia's going to be completely OP, completely over the top if they're getting everybody from Florida and those rest of those Florida schools aren't competing. Georgia's going to be unbeatable in the East, which is going to mean they're going to go there every single year. And then if you have Saban be able to go into Texas and poach athletes to the point to where Texas can't compete, then Texas is going to be like that.
LSU and Brian Kelly.
Sure.
What does the Brian Kelly hire tell you about where LSU is, and do you like it?
I like the hire. I think when you look at somebody like Brian Kelly, you say, hey, what does this coach bring? He's a winning coach, 2-time coach of the year. He's won every stop he's ever been at. He's also been stable at every stop he's ever been at. While Coach Orgeron was one of us, he might have been, said this before, a little bit too much one of us. Like to have maybe a little bit too much of a good time. And so when you look at a guy who's as process-driven and as stable to bring stability to what's already an elite program, I think Brian Kelly is a good hire. For a lot of people, they just wanted the up and down roller coaster ride that has been LSU football. I mean, like 9-3, 9-3, undefeated, 5-5, 5-6. They just wanted that to end. They want to know that we're going into every season with a shot to compete for the SEC West title. And I think you're going to get that probably from Brian Kelly.
Explain the Ed Orgeron thing. You need a guy who's LSU, but he can't be that LSU.
So this is what I mean by that. Like, we like to get it. Let's just face it. I'm from South Louisiana, baby. Hey, man, what you doing? It's Saturday. I'm just chilling at the house. Hey, man, you want to get it? Yeah, I think I do want to get it. Okay, cool. Come over. We have a trough of crawfish, beer. He does something that no coach has ever done at LSU before. He does many things, which is take us to that insane record, deliver us a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, all of that stuff. And he started getting it. He started having a lot of fun around Baton Rouge.
Last thing on LSU. Brian Kelly, not a culture fit. We know that. If you're Brian Kelly, you do what to ingratiate yourself with the people of Baton Rouge?
Stop trying.
Yes!
The first thing you do is stop trying, stop winning, just win football games. By the way, this culture fit thing is overrated.
Right.
Was Les Miles a culture fit? He became one after he won a bunch of games. Was Nick Saban a culture fit? Certainly not. I don't think Nick Saban is a culture fit anywhere. I don't think Nick Saban is a culture fit in his own family.
No.
I think the culture that he builds is more important than the culture that he actually fits into.
What's your birthday, man?
April 16th.
Crying over spilt milk is so passé, Aries. What you want to do instead is open your eyes to the opportunities available in this moment and make the most of them. Yes, this will require you to take a proactive role, and that's okay. Update your CV and reach out to your contact list. There's no shame in asking for what you want or putting yourself out there. P.S. A woman in a powerful position can help you get where you need to today.
Okay. What the fuck?
That was like 7 different things.
7 different. I don't know what I'm supposed to go with. Update my contact list. My contact list is fine. I'm watching Cobra Kai later. I don't have time to do that.
All right, let's get to Club Kevin. Anybody you want right now who you're feeling, who are we inducting this week into Club Kevin?
Easy. John Trey Kirkland. A couple of nights ago, LSU got fucking housed in the Tax Act Texas Bowl. We had to start a wide receiver at quarterback. This kid's name is John Trey Kirkland. John Trey Kirkland, even though we got killed because we didn't have enough players to actually even play in that game, John Trey passed for 3 touchdowns. He led the team in rushing. He gave a Herculean effort in a game that any true LSU Tiger fan will never forget. Last thing I'll say about this. Kansas State, the way y'all carried on, you better hope you are never on our schedule in the future. If we ever see Kansas State again, it is going to be a fucking problem. That's all I got to say. Shout out to LSU. John Trey Kirkland in Club Kevin.
John Trey Kirkland, welcome to Club Kevin. I did not anticipate that much anger, or any anger at Kansas State today. Ben Lathan, thanks for coming on Slow News Day, buddy.
No problem, man. Always a pleasure.